Hi, welcome to Submarine Action Words. This is a digital task card set that you can use with your students during speech therapy, and it's ideal for preschool through elementary age students. You can find it on Boom Learning at the Play Learn Talk store, and you can use it to target a variety of action word related goals, as well as recalling details and sequencing stories. And it's going to be really engaging for your students because it has like a mystery feel to it. So we have the submarine, who's our main star of this activity, and we have its headlamp, and we're in the deep, dark, black waters of the ocean on the ocean floor. So your student is going to be discovering some pictures that are going to be fun for them and practical for you. So let's go ahead and get started and see what's inside.
To get started, choose a category. Press Learn, Practice, or Play.
So when you come to this page, it's going to autoplay my instruction to choose a category. And you can always turn off the sound here if you don't want to hear my instruction, but it's always there for you if you need it. So we have Learn, Play, and Practice, and you simply click on the link that you want to go to. So if you've been playing for a little bit on this activity, you can just press play. You don't need to learn or practice anything. But if your students need that extra support, go ahead and go to Learn first. This is the structure of every page. Here we have the navigation. So we have this will take you back to the main page. This is back and forward. We have the verb that is being demonstrated labeled in the top left corner in its unconjugated form. And then I've thrown in some bonus synonyms for you, just for your older students. So I like to throw in synonyms, and let's say we've described these pictures using this verb. Well, let's try to describe them with these verbs now too. Okay, so just another way to get some more out of this resource. Now we have the verb to hit demonstrated in its conjugated form for future, present, and past tense. This will be a visual support for your student as they are learning how to use this verb. I also have a definition straight out of the dictionary for this verb, just to deepen your students' knowledge of that action word, okay? So we have audio files here, and this is just simply me talking and telling your student what is written here, and they can play each of them as many times as they like.
To get started, choose a
So
category.
we're going to go and practice now, and in this section everything is just blanked out, and it has a fill in the blank form for your student to fill in. Okay, so I haven't added it at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and add those same audio files here, so in case your student needs a little bit of a clue, they can listen to the picture and then fill in the blank. Now please note these fill in the blanks are not gradable. I've just left them open-ended so that you can use this as many ways as you like, and I wouldn't want to just assign 2 or 3 synonyms and have your student come up with a different one and have it marked wrong. This also allows them to become very creative with any of the sentences they want to use to describe these pictures, or maybe try the verb out in something that doesn't describe one of these pictures, but something else that they have in mind, okay? So when you press submit, don't expect it to grade it. This is gonna take you back to the main page here, and we're gonna play, and this is the play category, okay? So I've already kind of gone through it, and let me go ahead and take you to like a surprise page. Okay, so here's the instructions here. Let's go looking. What will we find? Move the submarine to explore the hidden pictures from the ocean floor. So as the adult, you're going to notice right away that we have 3 circles here. They're fairly faint, and this is where the action words are hidden, okay? So you're going to drag the submarine over to discover them with your light. All right, now I've left these boxes empty so that you can use these as a visual tool. So you can model the conjugation of the verbs, you can write out the sentences your student uses to describe the picture they find, you can ahead of time write a question, a WH question for them to answer, or you can write a direction. So you can use this resource for so many things. And then in these boxes, you can also type in these. Now, you can have your student tell you what to write in this box, and they can simply conjugate the picture that they see and then write it in the box, or they can create a sentence, just whatever you would like them to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how we make this work. So if I hold it over, nothing's happening, right? So you need to let go of your finger on your mouse or your mouse pad, and then all of a sudden, a picture will appear. Now, for some of you, this might be a little bit small, but it has to be this size to fit in this box, okay? So simply zoom in. Okay, you can always do that. Now we have a boy and he's thinking of something with liquid. It's hard to see, right? Because it's black and white. And then some money, right? But if we were in that learn and practice area, we're going to know that this boy is thinking of selling lemonade to earn some money. Okay, so we can go ahead and identify together with our student that the verb is to sell. And then we're going to go through the conjugations together. So in the future, he will sell. In the present tense, he is selling. And in the past tense, he sold. Now, this is an irregular verb. This resource comes with both irregular and regular verbs. And if my student said something like salad did. I don't know. I can't remember what my students say for this one as a mistake. But if they give me the mistake word, I am going to accept their answer and write it in that text box because I want to encourage them to participate whether their answer is wrong or not. And once I have it there, I'm going to ask them, does that look weird? Does that look like the right spelling? And I want them to use their own critical thinking skills or to build their self-awareness. I want them to be able to look at that word and see, it looks kind of weird. Or to tell me, no, it doesn't look weird, so that I know where they're at, right? I'm also going to put their word, their incorrect word, into a sentence for them to hear, and I'm going to ask them, how does that sound to you? Does that sound like it? And from there, we will come up with the correct answer. I will let them know what it is, and then we'll practice using it, okay? And then it'll remain in this model here. So we have the first picture here. We can write something about it here. I'm just going to do that, okay, for saving time. And we're going to go see the second picture and the third picture. Now, like I said, you can choose to write in these text boxes, or if you have younger students and you want to work on maybe sequencing, you can drag the pictures over, which I love this feature, okay? So you can drag them over like this, and we'll drag this one over. Now, when you want to move the submarine, please be careful because we have pictures labeled over it, or layered over it. So you want to grab the submarine from over here, and you want to put it up high because if you have it here, when you go to type in this box, you're going to think you have a problem, but you don't. You just need to move this up because right now the computer thinks you want to drag the submarine, not type in the box. Okay, so just make sure it's up here. Now, you can put these in any order that you want. Maybe do a little self-sabotage and put them in the incorrect order and then ask your student to tell you how to fix the problem, right? Another thing that you could do, let's go to this page, is you can create your own stories. So you can create your own story. Let's say you want your student to recall details. So you can come up with like why this girl's hands are dirty and then maybe how long it took her to wash them. Maybe she ran out of soap and had to go get it from somewhere. And then here her hands are clean and that's great because she needs to eat something, right? So you've given some extra details. So now you can use this area as a way to recall details. So like, what were the key details? Or what were the 4 details I shared, right? And then your student can, write them in this box or tell you, and you can write it in the box. You can also give the instruction to put the pictures in order, like we just did on the last page. So this is just incredibly flexible for you. I want you to get the most out of it and be able to use it with the most amount of students and to use it with them as they grow. So you can move from having that visual model to something a little bit less supported as they get more familiar and comfortable with using these verbs. Okay, so the last thing I would share is you can use this for memory, right? So we can put it maybe in a different order, or like I said, you can give those details and then have your student recall the details. And let's say your student doesn't remember the second detail. Well, you can say, okay, let's go over and look really quickly right there. Okay, and that's going to be our clue, just that quick little visual. Okay, that's the detail. Does that help you? Can you finish your story with that detail? Do you need to see this one? Okay, there you go. You saw it. Okay, so you make it really, really quick and you still give them that support. So I would love to know how you're going to use this. I've come up with about 7 ways to use it, but I think there's going to be a ton of ways to use it. And I think your students will really enjoy this submarine mystery effect. So if you have any questions, just let me know. You can reach out and send me a message. This is the tutorial, and I hope it's been helpful. And once again, you can find this resource On Boom Learning at the Play Learn Talk store, and it will be called Submarine Action Words.